What's good everyone, OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we have some awesome information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with the biggest announcement of the Game Awards 2020 for me, and that is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC character Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII is slicing his way into the fight. This was an amazing announcement, pretty much started off the main show. So let's go ahead and get right into this here. So Nintendo announced that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate downloadable content character Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII at the Game Awards 2020. He will launch in December as part of the Fighters Pass Volume 2. Now, quote, "We hope numerous fans who watched the Game Awards were excited about the reveal that the legendary character Sephiroth is joining the cast of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate," said Nintendo of America's Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing Nick Chavez in a press release. "We are very happy to be part of another great TGAs and are thrilled to show fans a small preview of what's to come for Nintendo Switch in 2021. Now, more information, this is probably one of the more exciting things here though, guys, is that more information about Sephiroth will be revealed in a special video dedicated to the upcoming fighter on December 17th at 2 p.m. PT. That is 5 p.m. Eastern time. Once again, it's a Mr. Sakurai Presents, which is really cool. Obviously, Super Smash Bros. Is out now. You can go check it out, buy the game. You can buy the DLC if you want to. You can buy separate, or you can buy them individually as they release, or you can buy them in packs. So Fighters Pass Volume 1. So if you don't want those characters, if you're just picking up Smash Brothers, like let's say for Christmas or something like that, you can just pick up Sephiroth by himself once he does release, or you can buy the whole Fighters Pass and get the characters as they come out. There's 3 more characters left. We got Min, we got Steve, we got Sephiroth, and then we have 3 more, and that should be it. People have asked me if there's going to be a Fighters Pass 3, and I always say no, there's not going to be a Fighters Pass 3, and I don't want a Fighters Pass 3 either, because I want Sakurai to rest, and I want him to work on something else, like maybe a Kid Icarus Uprising 2 or something like that. But I will give you guys my quick impressions of this, because if you watch my reaction trailer, which a lot of you guys already did, or my reaction to the announcement, obviously I was blown away. But just to talk about it normally without being completely shocked, this was a great selection. People have been wanting another Final Fantasy character, and Sephiroth is like one of the most legendary villains of all time. Like in the 90s with Final Fantasy VII, Sephiroth was everywhere. He was like the villain of villains for PlayStation. You had Ganon, right? On Nintendo, you had Bowser, but then you had Sephiroth for PlayStation. So to me, it makes perfect sense that you're going to be able to fight with Bowser, Sephiroth, and Ganon all duking it out against each other. That is pretty cool. And we also needed another villain. And like I stated before many times, everyone that was saying, oh, another anime swordsman, well, you're okay with this one. Because I saw a lot of people saying that this was amazing. So it wasn't about an anime swordsman, it's about getting who you wanted in the game. Right? It's about getting who you wanted in the game, because Sephiroth looks absolutely amazing, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be a very good character in the game. Cloud is very good in the game, so I'm expecting Sephiroth to be good as well. And based off of that reveal trailer, he definitely has some range, and he has some stuff that's going to be hard to get around. I'm guessing that his speed is going to not be that great. He's definitely going to be slower than Cloud from what it seems, but he's going to pack a punch. So I am ready for this, man. I am totally ready for Sephiroth to be in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Once again, next week, December 17th, we will have that presentation with Mr. Sakurai, so that should be fun. And of course, I will be streaming it right here on PlayerEssence. So what do you guys think about Sephiroth coming into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as a DLC fighter, number 3 in the Fighters Pass 2? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, guys, we have some huge sales numbers for the Nintendo Switch when it comes to the US and when it comes to Japan. Nintendo is absolutely breaking records, even with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X out here in North America. Guess what the best-selling system was for November? The Nintendo Switch. So the Nintendo Switch and the Switch Lite sold over 1.35 million units in the United States in November 2020, achieving another milestone as the best-selling video game console in the country for a record-breaking 24 consecutive months. If you think about that, that was more than the Wii. That was more than Nintendo 3DS, even though they didn't count that because it was handheld or whatever, but still, more than that. That was more than the PlayStation 4, which was setting all sorts of records. That's more than PS1, PS2. I mean, there hasn't been a system that has done this since they started doing the MPD as consistently, right? As how they have it. 24 months in a row. Nintendo did announce this in a press release, citing the NPD as the source. So in 2020 so far, Nintendo has already sold 6.92 million Nintendo Switch systems in the United States, surpassing in 11 months the total number of systems sold in all of 2019 by over 426,000 units. So they're still not done, right? We still have December as well, and they've already passed up that total. They've already passed up that total by nearly 500,000. Very good there. Quote, Nintendo Switch offers a unique proposition for shoppers this holiday season with the ability to play on the TV or portably in handheld mode, said Nintendo of America Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing Nick Chavez in a press release. We continue to see unprecedented demand for Nintendo Switch, and we are pleased that people of all ages and gaming skills will be experiencing Nintendo Switch this holiday and beyond. So one of the big things is that people were saying, okay, well, will the Nintendo Switch be able to still be the top selling console even with these next generation systems out? We know that stock is definitely an issue, but the PS5 was selling so hot, and Sony seemed to allocate a lot more stock over to the US and to Europe. But unfortunately, because of how expensive these systems are to manufacture and produce, Sony just wasn't able to get the amount of stock they wanted to get here in the US and also in Europe in order to continue to sell at a very high rate. So there's no way they're going to be able to get more than that 1.35 million in terms of sales for the US, and also supply to Japan and the rest of the world, and also with Europe and the US. They just couldn't do it. So unfortunately, we don't have as much stock with the PS5, so the Switch was able to sell a very good amount. But to be honest, even if there wasn't stock issues and stuff like that, 1.35 million is extremely good. And systems like the PS4, for example, if it sold that much in November for the US, that's really good. Or if it sold 1 million or 700,000 or 900,000 systems, that's really good. And hate to bring up the Wii U again, guys, but there were times in November the Wii U would literally sell in the US like 100,000 systems, like 100,000 or 200,000 systems. Like, that's it. I mean, now we're getting like 10 to like 20 times that sometimes within like a month and a half or so. And if you count Japan, which we're going to talk about, it's even bigger. So very good stuff there. Good to see the Switch continue selling. And obviously, there are going to be a lot more games coming in 2021. If you have not seen my Nintendo 2021 kind of lineup breakdown, definitely go check that out. Nintendo is gearing up for a huge 2021, big next year. So I think things are going to keep rolling when it comes to Nintendo Switch sales. But staying on that theme of keeping rolling, the Nintendo Switch is absolutely dominating in Japan. It's not even close, where stock issues are even worse for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X/S. So we have the Famitsu sales that counts the Japanese retail sales, no digital at all. We've got hardware and software numbers. This is for the previous week. That is November 30th, 2020 through December 6th, 2020. So the top 10 games, guys, link in the description. You'll be able to check it out there. We will go over a couple of them because Konami is being Konami, but there's a lot of Nintendo games in that top 10, and a lot of good sellers when it comes to the holiday season. But the big thing here, guys, is the hardware sales. The Nintendo Switch family of systems sold 204,622 units for that last week. 200,000 plus. That is extremely good. It is like hysteria there when it comes to these sales. They are making a killing. That is very good for the amount of people that are in Japan. People are buying it all over the place. I mean, I love the breakdown between the Switch and the Switch Lite. 167,000 plus regular Nintendo Switches and 37,000 plus regular Switch Lites, and the 37,000 plus is pretty much better than like the PS4, the PS5, the PS5 Digital Edition, the Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S. You know, all of the different systems almost combined. It's pretty much better than that. It actually is, which is the crazy thing. The Switch Lite by itself is outselling every single other platform that's currently being tracked on the market in Japan. Once again, absolutely wild when it comes down to it. Now, the top 10 software, you guys are seeing that right here. And the interesting note would be Dragon Quest XI S Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition on the PlayStation 4. I mean, we knew that this game had already been out in Japan for a bit, right? Then they had the original release back in like 2017 or something like that. So it's been a while and people had bought it, but I think it kind of shows you a little bit of the shift when it comes to what people want to play in Japan. I mean, I would expect, even though it's a re-release, you know, this is like the third time that it's being re-released or whatever, multiple platforms, there is a ton of new content in this definitive edition, and Dragon Quest is huge. I was expecting maybe a little bit more, maybe around the 50 to 60K area for it, but I guess I was off on that. It easily shows here that the Nintendo Switch is the type of system for this. And if I was Square Enix, honestly, if I'm Square Enix, I've got to tread really carefully with what they're going to do with the next Dragon Quest, because the install base for the PS5 is not going to be as high. It doesn't seem like it's going to be as high as the PS4. And obviously the Switch install base is there, but they've always kind of had like, you know, like we're going to launch on PlayStation 2, right? So they just need to be a little careful what they do. I would say the Switch would probably need to be the lead platform for this next Dragon Quest game if you want to have those explosive sales, and of course have it also on the PlayStation 5. But don't run into an issue to where the Switch version is so far behind because of the Unreal Engine 4, and they had problems to where you have to wait years or however long, like a year or whatever it was, for the Switch version to come out, right? That's what happened with Dragon Quest 11, the original game, and then they had to do like the extra content with Dragon Quest 11S, right? So to me, make sure that it's ready on all the platforms, and I think the Switch needs to be the lead for the next one. But that's just me talking here, guys. I'm just kind of going into it from a business perspective, but we'll see what they ultimately end up doing, because it's a very interesting situation that they are in right now. So what do you guys think about this? When it comes to the sales numbers here, Atelier Ryza looking pretty good. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, guys, we have a confirmation of a brand new Ghosts and Goblins game coming to the Nintendo Switch exclusively for the time being, and it's being called Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. So Capcom has announced officially, which we did actually find out about, obviously, the Capcom leak, which I did post on the channel, so make sure you guys check out that video if you want to know other things. But Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection for the Nintendo Switch, it was announced at the Game Awards 2020. It will launch via the Nintendo Switch eShop on February 25th 2021 for $29.99. Now here's an overview of the game. We've got some modes. We're going to talk about this because this is a pretty cool announcement. So a beloved franchise rises again as Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection marks the heroic return of the series, which debuted over 35 years ago. Paying homage to the Ghosts and Goblins and Ghouls and Ghosts, the latest entry combines the franchise's action platforming gameplay with storybook-like graphics and challenging new obstacles. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection will once again follow the valiant Knight Arthur as he runs, jumps, and battles his way through eerie stages set in the Demon Realm, a demonic fantasy world. Arthur must overcome countless ghoulish foes on his quest to rescue the princess from the treacherous grasp of the Demon Lord. Brave knights will need to proceed with extreme caution as terrifying dangers await, including familiar enemies like Zombie, Skeleton Murderer, Pigman, and Red Armor. Here are the key features of the game. A triumphant return. Arthur returns for a new action-packed platforming adventure in the iconic Ghosts and Goblins series, which first debuted in arcades in 1985. So it is a new game here. I thought it was maybe like a remake, but it seems like it's a brand new game. Modernized storybook graphics. With charming new graphics reminiscent of the vivid storybook illustrations, players can experience a completely reimagined Ghosts and Goblins universe, which strikes the perfect balance between modern and nostalgic. New and returning enemies. Familiar threats and new terrors await Arthur on his quest to overcome evil. In addition to new foes, players can expect to face off against returning enemies like Zombies, Skeleton Murderer, and Woody Pig, along with memorable bosses including Cyclops and Shielder. New weapons, magic, and skills. The game features tried and true Ghosts and Goblins weapons like the lance and dagger, in addition to all new weapons such as a hammer and spiked ball. Arthur's updated arsenal also includes various types of skills and magic, allowing players to conjure up game-changing spells such as Firewall and Thunderstorm. Difficulty mode. So this is the big one here, guys. This game was notoriously like hard as nails. It was like the Dark Souls before Dark Souls back in the day, but it does seem like they're cutting us a little bit of a break here. So whether a longtime fan or a newcomer, players can decide how perilous Arthur's journey will be by selecting from one of 3 difficulty modes: Squire, Knight, and Legend. New to the game is a page mode, which allows untested apprentices to respawn on the spot with unlimited lives. So if you want to get through the game, you'll be able to get through it. Whereas before, back in the day, man, you either needed a lot of quarters or you're going to be very frustrated. Heck, even with the Nintendo Switch Online where you can have save states, this game was always extremely difficult to get past. So it's pretty cool to see it. We did once again hear about this game beforehand. Ghosts and Goblins is going to be $30 on the Nintendo Switch eShop. It's coming back. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy the game, especially if you're an old school fan. And I'm happy that we have the official confirmation of the game. It does look a little bit weird at the beginning, but I think the art style might grow on you the more as you play the game and you get into the new magic and the weapons and everything. I think the art style might grow on you. So I know I'm going to be picking it up because I like old school games like this. So what are you guys' thoughts on this topic and everything else that we talked about? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description. We've got Twitter. Go and give us a follow on there. Stay up to date on all the latest gaming news and information. Also, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next one. Peace.